Hello friends of the Northern Entertainment and welcome to another episode here, or the second episode of Squirrel and I on the new Valley map. So what you see here is just us getting ready, and we're gonna make a little plan where we are going from here, and I do hope you enjoy it. If you did, then leave us a comment below if you want to see more. Hit that like button if you enjoy the video. Hit the dislike button if you dislike the video. And yeah, we'll see that we can get at least
okay,
one
you
more
ready to start
garage
recording?
unlocked. I did realize that I was wrong
I've
with
got to
the
go to a meeting in 45 minutes.
with the
So if we can get like another half an hour in, that'd be perfect.
my assumption that this was a mobile garage.
Right, I'll hit the record button now.
Now we know it is not. So, well, we'll figure it out from here.
Recording?
So enjoy the video.
Right, so I've made it to the right side where the fuel station is. I notice you've made it across the river.
Yes, I am fighting through there right now. Well, fighting through the mud after the river. Man, this is boggy.
Where I am right now next to the fuel station, I've found that there is another vehicle unlock here. So I've discovered another vehicle point, which I'm just going to get now.
What unlock is it? You know?
The C6317, which is a truck and trailer for logs. Which is pretty handy.
Mm-hmm. Especially since we are supposed to deliver logs eventually.
But this is a full-on articulated beast with a crane arm and everything.
Oh, nice.
However, it doesn't have a diff lock, it only has all-wheel drive.
Yeah, I am trying, I am gonna drag this garage trailer up there to the one garage, and then I'm gonna head to my semi garage trailer and hook to it up and drag it up there, and then we have that one unlocked anyway. That's the
Wait
plan.
a second, it does have diff lock. I forgot. We only access diff lock on hardcore if we're in manual gear.
Mm-hmm.
So ignore that. Okay. Yeah, you've got a looks like a Jeep with a medium log trailer.
A Jeep with a... Oh, that's cute.
That's what it looks like.
Okay. I'm gonna go there and there and there. I should be making it through the water, no problem. Famous last words. So, to come back to our conversation from earlier, because we kind of trailed off with that DMCA claim. What are your... Well, I don't want to say expectations, but what are your hopes for FS19, if any? And I'm not... Don't even start with, oh, well, what do you think of that trailer? Because that seems to be the biggest question. It's a CGI trailer, guys. CGI, they can do everything. What we will have in game is different.
So I was disappointed with that trailer, because I kind of feel like the only reason that they put it out was because they know there's a lot of competition coming.
Mm-hmm. It didn't show anything.
They could have shown real game footage. If they've been working on something that was worth showing, then they could have just shown it. Why didn't they show it? So that kind of makes me suspicious that it's going to be more of the same with some slight graphical improvement and probably not fix the multiplayer. So I'm not really... I guess I'm cautious. I'm not really that optimistic about there being any big change in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like it's going to be more of the same. What was in that trailer was just CGI, and CGI doesn't mean anything. Like, why would you put out a CGI trailer?
Well, that's exactly what they did last time too.
It was just
everybody.
a guy with some keys walking up to a barn, and it's like, well, okay, that's just basic farming, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. He had a tractor keychain, so you gotta give him that.
Yeah.
I just like all the speculations about the like when they announced that there's gonna be 2 new brands in there, what the 2 brands are.
It would make sense to get John Deere in there, but I don't know if they've managed to secure that.
Yeah, my hope in a way, because I'm a big John Deere fan, is that it is indeed John Deere, but I'm thinking it's either JD or Mercedes.
Could be.
And the only reason that I'm saying Mercedes is because, well, they kinda came around ever since Master Brain has them now too, right? Cattle and Crops. So
Cattle and crops I'm kind of more excited about, I guess. More expectation on that. I don't have much expectation out of Farm Sim because they don't really move the whole thing forward that much. They seem to be quite content to just chuck out DLC and slightly iterate the game every 2 years.
yeah, I was actually surprised that they didn't explore this whole thing, you know, when Aerosoft brought that DLC out. I was surprised that there was nothing coming after that. The straw recovery add-on is actually a nice add-on, like, but that is all stuff that should have been in the base game, realistically.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I'm kind of curious because they announced that they had gonna have PBR, like physics-based rendering. So that's I'm really interested to see how that gonna pan out. Oh,
yeah, but even if they, I mean, all that will do is bring it up to date in terms of what should be there anyway on a modern graphics card. But if your underlying multiplayer is still incapable of coping with like 7 or 8 people in a server, which is what I've found, then it's all for nothing, because farming, I think, is one of those games that's just great for playing with friends and great for playing with your community.
Oh, definitely.
But when you get a bunch of people in there, the whole thing just it lags. It doesn't kind of replicate the game world across quickly enough. So you can see somebody harvesting, and then they drive over stuff that isn't harvested, and then suddenly the game engine will catch up and go, "Oh, it is harvested."
Yep.
You just get that all the time.
Well, I noticed we actually have a problem on my server lately. I don't know if you ever experienced that, but it will not sync the time anymore. So it starts that somebody is just 2 minutes behind, and then eventually it's to the point where one person is like 15 minutes ahead or behind of everything, and it just, from that point on, you can't play anymore because everything is just so out of sync.
Yeah. So all the physics-based rendering in the world means nothing if you can't play with your friends and stay on the same time.
Yeah, you got a point there.
And then you've got the problem that a lot of the map modders have given up on Farm Sim 17. They've literally given up because they couldn't even convert their maps from 15 over to 17. It was just too much hard work, and they've just thrown in the towel and gone.
To be honest with you, with PBR, I can see that happening for a lot of the tractor mods too, that they will never be converted because it's going to be too much of a pain to get them to a standard where PBR rendering works. I mean, except for certain mods, I'm not going to name names, that are just thrown together in 5 minutes to get uploaded to a pay-to-play upload site anyway, but that's a whole different story altogether. But I'm with you with Cattle and Crops. That seems to be, at least for the hardcore simmer, I think that's gonna be the go-to. If they really can realize everything that they want to.
Did you drag one of these blue trailers with your vehicle and it was only worth 2 points?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. And those
Now,
trailers...
wait a minute. You've taken one. There's only 2 left here.
Well, I'm on the way back now to grab the semi. That semi trailer. That's the. If I will make it there with my fuel. That's a whole different story.
There's no way of pulling 2 of these things, or would that be crazy?
For that they would have to... but do you see what I mean with the wheels? It is atrocious. I keep hitting the wrong button.
Right, I'm hauling one of these garage trailers up.
But
look at the rendering on this game is awesome. I mean, just look at the detail on the truck. It's brilliant. The only time it falls down is when you go inside the cab. And then it's just really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, the way... I still can't get over the fact that they just used basic 2D textures for the... yeah, pretty much for the dash, period.
The dash is just unbelievable.
Yeah. And
really thrown together.
And not unbelievably great for that matter.
I think the sim market for me that's come on the most is the flight sim market.
Mm-hmm.
Like this year, you've got like X-Plane is really coming of age now, and you've got the Aerofly, which is just insane.
Yeah.
And P3D is like iterating its way every time through getting more out of the graphics card, and you know there's at least 3 good flight simulators now. Oh, and then DCS, which has just gone to 2.5, which is crazy good.
Yeah, I haven't tried DCS in a long time, so I have to get back into that.
Considering it's free to play and you just buy the aircraft, it's insane what you can do.
Yeah.
But the level of detail in DCS is just phenomenal. So, I mean, if you're into flying, you've got so much choice. If you're into farming, it's a case of the one that's least rubbish, if you like. It's like,
yeah.
Well, not, I mean, it's a little bit unfair saying least rubbish, but it's kind of, they all leave you feeling a little bit, oh, if only, you know? If only it did this, if only it had that.
Well, honestly, I told you that last Sunday, when we were talking about it briefly and just in the chat during the stream, but the most disappointed really I was from pure farming, just because I talked to one of the lead devs on Gamescom and he was like, oh yeah, I'm a farmer myself and I really want this to be as realistic as possible, and I believed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, silly me, shame on me, but...
No, I think I had similar conversations.
You know, it's just...
The problem is what the devs want to do and what the publishers allow, if you like. 2 different things.
That's true. That's very true. Well, in the end, it's always money. Really.
Totally. Publishers want to see a release, you know, and get the return on investment and all that. And the devs just want to make the greatest game they can.
Yeah, more power to them, but unfortunately, in most cases, unless you have an indie guy that really is independent from any kind of publishing, it's not gonna happen.
But then he has limited resources.
That's the thing, and then like you see it. I don't know if you ever looked into that Emerge NYC, if that's anything you are interested in, even. But
not played it.
Well, that started out as a one-man team, and they were, well, just the standard Kickstarter and successful funded and all that good stuff. but the development is painfully slow, and now people get to the point where like, well, we paid that much money in advance, where's the return?
Frustration sets in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still hopeful for Identity.
Yeah.
You know, I backed Identity over 2 years ago, interviewed the devs as well back then. And they keep publishing stuff. I personally think they've allowed the scope creep to just take a hold, because some of the stuff they want to do is just crazy.
Yeah.
The best, like, they should go down the road of Elite Dangerous did, where they released the game, like in an alpha, then released it in a beta, and then they released it, and then they just, ever since, if you look, Elite Dangerous has been dropping some really nice content.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I don't play it. It's a massive time sink, so I just can't play it. But I really admire the way they've done it. You know, and if you contrast that with Star Citizen, where they're just still developing for years, releasing content, but what are they on, version 3 now, I think?
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's frame rate issues still. So again, have they tried to do too much? I don't know.
You know, the thing that I don't understand about this whole with the Star Citizen is they have so many, well, millions and millions of development money, and it's just, it seems to move so slow. You would think with that kind of money they have a big team.
Every time they do a live stream, though, where people, the fans, I don't know where they get them from, but they're all just crazy. So they're just going, whoa, whoa, oh my god, you know, like,
yeah.
No matter what content they show them, they're just so excited. We'll see.
I mean, it's a cool idea and all, but like you said, I think some of them are just they went, yeah, scope creep, exactly. And I'm afraid that Emerge NYC, because he was like, they started out with just fire and then added police and then added EMS and then added this and that and this and that, and it's just, or want to add, I should say. They don't even have fire down yet, but I will see.
And it's still not released.
It's on Steam and it's early alpha, but we tried the multiplayer here the other day. Oh yeah, it's
too much.
so long, so much to do still. Like, if you sit in the same fire truck and you arrive at the scene, and if anybody touches anything, like, okay, E for example attaches hoses. Well, if your guy beside you presses E the same time that you do, then you lose everything that you just did, and it's just a little bit frustrating.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he came long ways from when I showcased the very first gameplay of it about, oh boy, I don't even know how long ago that was. 2 years? But they still have a long way to go.
Right, I'm about to drop another couple of points on this garage.
Okay, I'm just about to hook up to the semi that I left behind.
I detached the trailer in the box. Why isn't it activated?
Oh, you have to, while you are still attached, you have to click on the trailer, and then it will go, oh, do you want to unload, blah blah blah.
Okay.
There we
Click
go.
on the trailer. Stop the engine first. So I'll click on the trailer with my mouse and nothing happens.
And you're in the...
How do you do this?
Are you still
I'm
hooked
inside.
up?
Eh?
Are you still hooked up?
No, yeah, because you said I had to be hooked up.
Yeah.
Do I have to have my truck in there as well?
It should, yeah. You have to be completely inside, and then it should give you the option.
Oh, there it is. Just saw it then.
Yeah, I need to make my way urgently back to a fuel station. I have the remaining 4 points. But oh my goodness, man, I tell ya. As soon as I hooked up to that trailer again, things got interesting in terms of fuel consumption. I have 10 minutes of fuel left.
Wait, where are you? Oh, crikey. Oh, yeah, you're fine. There's a fuel station down the road.
Yeah, I should.
So there's a garage semi-trailer and a garage trailer. 4 and 2 points down the bottom left of the map. So as it just spawns some more, I guess. That's what it looks like. I have to bring this thing back anyway, because we've got another garage to do at some point.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if you can get the garage points at... Well, looking at the map, I wonder what would be better. Going from that garage that we are about to unlock over? Or...
Well, there's only 2 waypoints down the south that have not gone yet, but we can still take the garage points across the map, diagonally to the garage at the top right.
Did you notice there's block posts on that map too?
Yeah, I saw that. It's like you can't go through with logs.
Mm-hmm.
So we can take the garage points through, but the logging's going to be a different story. We're going to have to go like northwest side, I think, and then across that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get that watch point at top of the map at some point.
Ah, there's the fuel. So once I'm fueled up, I should be able to make my way up there within 5 minutes or so. Once that thing rolls, it rolls, but boy oh boy. What are your thoughts about the bus simulation world?
It's frustrating in many ways. Like, OMSI was a couple of guys. And if you see even now, like, the stuff you can get for it, the maps and the buses and the...
Mm-hmm.
You know, the bus passengers that get on the bus and interact with you and all the rest of it. But it has, like, the clunkiest graphics, you know, by modern standards.
Yeah.
And nothing's really come along to replace it. I know one of the guys has gone off doing Lotus, but you know, when is that even coming out? I don't know. I've got high hopes for that. I really do hope that he does a good job on it, but depends. I don't know what kind of team he's got. I mean, to be honest, him and his partner must have made a lot of money off OMSI.
Yeah.
They must have done. So, you know, all that money, he could get a good team together and put together a really good bus sim.
Well, I think it's just him and his wife, isn't it?
Which is absurd. You know, quite honestly.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do on your own.
Well, that's the thing. You can't... Like, oh, I'm doing it again, do I? Yeah, of course I am. This... Turn off there, always. You can be a jack of all trades, but then there is the chance that you're a master of none. It's the simple truth. I mean, you can't be good at everything.
Oh, you got to do all the coding, the assets, and the graphics. Like, I know he's obviously a capable guy, but if you bring more people in that are skilled, then you'll end up with a better product.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Fernbus, you know. Fernbus was hopefully going to bring it all into the modern age, but it's still a bit limited.
Yeah, the whole passenger warping thing is something that I'm not really sold on. You know, passenger not actually going on the bus, but just...
And then you've got the bus simulator thing which came out. Which, you know, like the city you drive around is nice, but the bus physics is just absurdly bad.
Oh, are you talking about the one from Was it
The
Astragon?
Bus Simulator 2018, I think it's called, something like that. Oh, hang on. I think I'm stuck. Oh, God. Oh, dear.
Oh, the Russian one.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe I see it wrong, because well, I told you, ever since playing with the wheel for the first time, I just can't get myself to play with anything else. But if you bring a bus simulator out and it doesn't even have wheel support right from the get-go, then I have to ask where your priorities are.
I agree. I think it was released too early. I'm actually stuck here.
I'll be with you in just a second, and you can winch to my tractor.
Let's get rid of that winch and see if I can get myself out of here.
Because I'm coming up the road that you are stuck on. I just have to see where exactly you are. Oh, well, you are 44. Oh no, wait a second.
Okay, I've got myself out of the rut.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get across? That's the question.
Every YouTuber's biggest fear, getting stuck in a rut.
The problem with this truck is it's got such a long wheelbase that when it goes over that river crossing, it drops into a hole, and then the front end sticks on the side of the embankment.
Mm-hmm.
Which is exactly what just happened to me.
Hi there. Oh boy.
Well, you stuck now.
Yeah, well, the trailer is still up there, and the truck is down here, and that is...
Maybe you need to go to the left a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll get out your way. Yeah, where it suffers the most, this truck, is when you take it over, like what you've done there, a steep drop or the river that I went over.
Oh, especially if you have something attached to you. Man, that is interesting. It adds so much more fun to the whole...
And nighttime's coming as well, just to make it more fun.
Mm-hmm. Everything else would just be boring, don't you know?
It's like the truck simming world as well. It's not really moving on. More or less, Euro Truck and American Truck have got it sewn up, so nobody else is really entering the market. But at the same time, like the core gameplay in American Truck and Euro Truck hasn't changed in over 4 years.
Yeah, that's true.
It's still the same. All they're doing is just adding a few more.
I
like,
am really hopeful
like
for on the road on that one, to be honest with you, because just having played it from minute one of its pre-release, I've seen how far they came in a very short period of time. Like, the initial release from them, I said flat out on my very first video, I said, okay, if this doesn't get any better, then this is, not even worth anybody's money. And then they went from that first release to the second release, and they overhauled the complete sound engine, which I don't know why they didn't do that in first place, record from a truck and go with whatever they went with there. And now really to the point where they are now, where the sounds are absolutely amazing. That Scania that they just added, really nice. The physics are on point, and the cities are 20% bigger than they are in ETS. Now this is though my fear too, is that they might go over with the scale, that they can't be, on that same grand scale that ETS is now with going all over Europe. I don't think if they keep the scale that they chose by, I don't know.
I haven't played on the road since it first came out, and I streamed it when it first came out, and we just sat there in despair going, how is this how is this a new game? You know,
Yeah.
what is this? And I've not played it since. So, by the sound of it, I need to go back and have a look at it.
Yes, you should, totally should, because they are now actually making progress. Now the cities are still looking a little bit bland, but the scale of the new cities, there's, what is there, 3, 4 new cities, I think? And they are working on 2 more, so... And I'm completely stuck, by the way.
Oh dear.
Just throwing that out there. And now the winch point inside. That's good. I'm starting I'm starting to drag myself back over the river because there is no getting anywhere. Let's see how this is gonna turn out. No, I agree. That very first iteration of On the Road was absolutely atrocious. And the developers themselves said, we made mistakes, we released too soon, and...
I've seen so many companies make that same mistake of releasing too soon, and I don't quite understand why they do it. You can really trash the reputation and expectations of a game if you release it too soon.
Almost.
Once people see rubbish, they just think, well, not, you know, that's just going to be a joke, isn't it? That's never going to get better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. But I think it comes back to the whole publisher thing too. And I know publisher want to make money. That's what they're there for. I do understand that. It's an industry. But on that same token, if you don't put out what you promise, then eventually your customers is gonna say, well, you know, thanks, but no thanks.
Are you still stuck?
Maybe.
Okay, on my way back towards you. Are you across the river?
Halfway. That's where it ended.
Okay.
Trying to dig myself out, but...
You need to go forwards or backwards. I mean, what's the easiest? Are you stuck in the river?
The trailer is stuck in the river. I'm trying backwards now, but...
Okay. Yeah, you see, I think that river crossing's got deeper since we've been going over it, because I didn't get stuck the first time, but the second time I did.
Yeah, I think I got myself out. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't understand why this game doesn't allow 2 players to winch onto something still. Like multiple.
Oh, you mean like you winch to a tree and then winch to me, and I know.
Well, if you've got 3 players in the game, 2 players can't winch to 1 player and haul him out. It still doesn't work. You can only have 1 winch at a time.
Well, I'm getting very slowly myself out of here.
I'm not far away.
it looks... Because I'm in crawl gear, it looks literally like a steam engine right now. There's a puff of black smoke coming every 2 seconds.
A bit of movement. Yeah, I'm coming up to the river crossing.
I feel like there's a lot more potential in the game that they still haven't realized yet. In this one here. I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah, bigger maps would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Although some of the modding maps, they are pretty sizable. Duck again, really. But at least there's a tree that I can winch to. That sounds like a timer.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Keep moving. Keep moving. Don't stop. I don't want to stop on a hill.
Yeah, once you stop, getting interesting.
So one of the things in Euro Truck, if you use manual gears and you stop on a hill, it's almost impossible with a heavy trail to get going. Whereas if you put it in auto, it just goes. It's ridiculous. You stuck?
Maybe.
It's like you're on a rock there or something.
Yeah, well, you can definitely tell that we went once or twice over this terrain before because it's getting more and more boggy, and
yeah,
of course having this huge semi attached does not really help.
Oh boy.
Oh, sorry. I think I found a way.
I'm stuck now.
Good, now we're both stuck. Well then.
I'm in a tree.
Yeah, those trees are just ridiculous. I'm not gonna... do you need to winch to me?
Yeah, I can't get out. But I was going down the side of you, and then when my trailer collided with your truck, I think, and then I got shunted into a tree, and now I can't get out of this tree. I just no way can I get out of this tree. Let me try and.
Can you winch to my side and I'll just drag you?
Let's see. Attach winch. Select source front. Winch. There we go. Right, let me change gear. There we go. Lovely.
There we go.
Although you can see the fuel sloshing around the tanks.
Yeah.
Such a cool feature. I don't think there's any other game where it shows that.
No, I think you're right. Oh, man.
Well, at least we'll get this garage unlocked.
Yes. And it's nice that we know now that multiplayer actually saves.
True.
That is because I would not want to have to redo all of this to get to the point where we were. I would be rather sad.
No, it's quite easy. Just go continue game, continue the valley, and it carries on where it left off.
Oh no, I missed the turn.
Yeah, you want a left turn here. I mean, you can go straight, but you're going through the water.
Well, I guess I'm going through the water because I'm not gonna back up here. I'm just gonna keep going now.
Well, I mean, I can winch you back.
Oh, it's okay. I like the challenge. Every now and again, because that game is not challenging enough as it is.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I know how much you like cold. Make a guess how cold it is right now.
How much I like what?
What? I will say that I planned on getting my daughter on foot. I ended up taking the truck. Which I only do if it's below 25. Minus.
I wonder if these trucks are still in use.
I don't know.
In real life.
If somebody out there on the receiver, what is this, the 80s? On the screen knows it, let us know. Because I'm curious as well. Oh no.
I doubt any of these things have passed any emissions tests. But I'm sure they're still going. Bit inefficient, but...
To be honest with you, where they are going, I don't think they worry too much about emission.
No, I don't think so either.
Oh my goodness. There's good ideas and there's bad ideas. And then there's ideas that I just had. Like, really bad ideas.
Yeah, you was up for a challenge, you said.
Yeah, I got my challenge, thanks. Oh, so close.
I can come and help you.
I'm getting through it, but it's costing me 44 liters per minute.
There's no point. Have you got 4 points in that trailer?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so there's no point me dropping this off here. This is only worth 2. So I'm gonna.
Oh, this is amazing. We arrive at the same time. There you go.
Makes sense. No. Well, at least we can refit our equipment here.
Yeah.
So that trailer wasn't a mobile repair thing, it's just a trailer worth 4 points.
It has also repair points and fuel in it, but yes. It's also... Oh, Yay. Look at that.
Look at that, I can configure my truck. Beautiful. Oh, garage semi-trailer. So I can take one of those, what you just had.
Yeah.
And we can take it to the next place. Utility trailer. Yeah, we have options now.
There, because it was not enough pain and agony. Now I'm pain and agony part 2.
Well, I think we'll have to leave it there for that one and then carry on in the next video.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Good progress.
Yeah. Was fun.